real quick. Just checking if everything is set up. All right. Am I missing anything? No, we're good. All right, so we are live. So what is up, guys? This is Mr. T coming at you live from NYC. Welcome back to Convos, our podcast over here at Tim Talks. And hey, guys, welcome back to another live stream. You guys probably can tell change of scenery. Well, first off, because the studio is currently occupied at the moment, there's just something going on over there. I'm actually over here in my bedroom, sitting on this couch. You guys can probably tell it's definitely a bedroom, but hey, things gotta go on, and I have something that I want to talk about today. That's just what it is, and so I actually got everything set up. So, again, don't mind the lighting, just because of the fact that I thought it would be better to have a little bit of ambiance, right? Hey, I hope you guys have been doing awesome, and I hope you guys have been, just chilling out, enjoying life. I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. What with everything that's been going on, and there was just a lot going on today, and I can't really express how much has been going on ever since you guys probably saw the title already, right? So again, there's two things I got for you guys today, and before I begin all that, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support and appreciation. Again, you guys have been awesome, with checking out everything that was on the channel. You guys want to know the breakdown again, so again, we have the episodes, our podcast episodes are usually on the videos and the live streams that we do. And the live streams are usually random. It depends on what's been going on over the course of the week, right? So, in addition to that, there's also the fact that I do my shorts. All the memes are posted over there. So, again, you guys can always go ahead and check that out, because it's been fun always also doing that, because I don't get me wrong, I love doing my episodes as well, but it was also fun just to make something enjoyable for everyone and something that you guys can look at, just a couple seconds, and I hope you guys enjoyed that as well, right? And I hope you guys enjoy the community tab as well. Again, I'm doing my shout outs to other channels and other creators, and there really isn't any purpose to them apart from, just wanting to share with all you content creators out there, that someone's got your back, and regardless of whatever it is that you do, regardless of whatever, your, how do I say that, whatever your passion is, again, you guys can always enjoy that. And just roll with it, because it's absolutely fun and enjoyable, and you guys have been awesome. All right, but that's all I got for you guys in terms of just sharing my unfounded appreciation and unadulterated love for you guys, not only to whoever's the subscribers are, but to any new viewers who pass by, because this is who I am, and I'm not gonna lie with anything that I do, because it's fun, and I don't see a problem with that, right? But back to what I was saying. So again, we got two things that we got over here today. So first off, we got number one, we got TikTok, and second thing that I also got is the new release of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Now, probably wondering, like, Mr. T, how the hell does that tie into mental health? First off, two things. So number one, how this ties in is because TikTok, you already know how it's been going on, what's been going on with that lately. And second of all is the fact that, with gaming, it's an absolute stress reliever. And I just want to talk about that on a personal note, because, I just wanted to give my insight and my thoughts on what's been going on with Zelda, because right now, I know it was newly released, and I haven't gotten the game yet, but I have seen my friends played it, and they have been having a blast. But also, um, I'm sorry, I just wanted to give my own thoughts on that, and just share with you guys what I feel about it, because it is what it is. And like I said, gaming is an awesome stress reliever, but also with regards to this series, it's on a whole nother level. It's on a personal level for me, how I came across Zelda, and how it is that again, it's been amazing. So again, before I get into that, I'm just going to go ahead and check and make sure everything. Hopefully that didn't cut out real quick. Hold on, guys. Let me just check on that real quick. Checking on everything, making sure. Hold on. Sharing this as well before I get into anything. So get that squared away, get that on right away. Okay, that's better. All right. So again, first two things. The first two things, because there might be other things I'm going to talk about over here, is with regards to TikTok. So someone had left me a comment. Actually, a lot of you guys have left me a bunch of comments about what I thought about TikTok. And the latest news that I've heard is that I know there's been some controversy with regards to privacy and national security. I have been hearing that about TikTok, and I know that they have already held a referendum. They've been having a meeting over at Congress, and they've just been talking about, what's been going on over there with TikTok, and they've literally just been talking about, what's the deal with the privacy issues? Why isn't there an agreement toward it? Why are people so, why are kids allowed to go onto the platform? And they're just worried about how it might compromise national security and all that stuff, right? It's all the political jizz, and I don't want to get too much in depth into that. But what I can tell you as of now is this, right? So the one thing that I know is that so far they haven't issued any particular notice. They haven't issued anything yet that would compromise the app or anything, but they just mentioned that they'll be in touch. And I know that on TikTok, my sis Miss Audacity, she showed me as well that they have this new consent form that everyone has to agree to. Everyone has to agree to in the United States, and this specifically to the U.S. because the U.S. was one of the few nations who had requested that at the moment. But I don't know if other nations will follow suit. I don't know, but my honest thoughts about the app is this. So that's what people have been asking me. And first off, I can see both sides, right? So again, I'm not completely for one side, nor am I completely for the other side, right? So it's just my unbiased and unadulterated opinion, not unadulterated, unedited opinion about what I feel about TikTok. So first off, before I get to the good sides, I'm gonna point out the downsides with regards to it. So the one thing that I noticed is that when people first logged on to TikTok, right? Now you guys remember how it was initially before, right? It was called Musically, right? And with Musically, the predecessor to TikTok, what we did was, for example, when we have a song, and then from the song, you literally go ahead and just dance to it, and that was just the initial gist of it, right? So, with TikTok, its successor follows up on that, but also people build their lives around it. Now, the thing is normally apps when you're on social media, right? When you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, and all the deeds, right? All those apps. You really got to think about, for example, what we see at the beginning, right? And what we usually see is a privacy notice, right? And the whole point of the privacy notice, regardless if it's enforced or not, is to ensure that privacy is maintained and that, for example, if it's ever compromised, that anyone who wants a legal pathway to getting compensation, or if someone wants to, you know, basically just, protect their rights, right? Because when you're on social media, it can be a firestorm. And I don't know about you guys, but I've seen both sides where I've seen the lovers and I've seen the haters. And it can get kind of annoying, but also it can kind of get kind of scary, right? So there's always that privacy notice that's always showcased for those kind of apps for that specific purpose. The whole point is that regardless if it's ever enforced, is that your rights are protected. And I'm not gonna be that person who's like, fight for rights or whatever, right? But that's your own opinion and that's your own fight, right? But really, if you think about it, for the safety and security, because social media can be whatever, anyone can go on it, and it can be literally heaven for you. It could literally be hell. It depends on how you look at it. But really, when you go on to TikTok, at the beginning, you don't see that privacy notice. And forgive me if I'm wrong because of the fact that I've never been on the app myself for too long. Like I've literally helped someone make an account for it, and then that's literally the gist of what I know in terms of seeing what I saw on TikTok. There wasn't really any privacy notice apart from just providing personal information. But in regards to that, with regards to the data, we already know where TikTok is based. I'm not gonna say what country, but you guys already know. You guys can do your own research. So I don't wanna cause anything of a ruckus, right? So we all know where the app's company is based, right? So that's part of the reasons why the app has been getting so much worry about security risks, right? And also, I feel what's more obvious is the fact that there wasn't any privacy notice until this point when the government had requested that, right? So again, that's one of the I want to say downsides, is because it wasn't clear at the beginning for the time being, right? But also is the fact that I've been getting other comments, and this doesn't only come from those on YouTube, but it's come from everywhere else where they feel as though TikTok might have compromised people's attention span or concentration or focus or whatever that is, right? So again, those comments on they're not unwarranted, right? Because the fact that people have seen it and that's their perception, right? And as we maintain over here at Convos is that people are entitled to their own opinions, try not to enforce them, but we do give our own insight, right? So that's the whole point. So again, with regards to offending, again, this is just your own opinion. And again, it's totally up to you guys what you feel, what you think, and what you want to say, right? And whatever you want to post, it's up to you guys. Doesn't matter to me, right? And so again, back to what I was saying about, with the generations now and the fact that people have said that TikTok is compromising that, and it looks at that. It looks like that at face value, right? At face value, you find that people might have had their, might have shifted their focus or are just so easily distracted and they feel that they can't concentrate. And it looks as though TikTok might have been the cause of it, right? But again, I have my own opinions and it falls on the good side of things. But literally, that's just what was being said. That's what was literally being said about the app. It's the fact that it's like corrupting people's minds or whatnot, right? People get so distracted about that and whatnot. And again, with everyone's opinions, there's a bit of truth to everyone's opinions. And with everyone, whatever side it may be, some might not be right in terms of the information, but you never know, something looks correct, right? So I have seen that people can get easily distracted by the app, and that's just one way. It's only because of what I'm seeing, and it's not because of the fact that I'm actually for that. It's really something that I've seen where the app can be so compelling to the point where people can say it's distracting. Now, that's usually what I think is what other people are suggesting with regards to TikTok, right? And again, that's completely fine and that's your own opinion, right? Because of the fact that it looks as though that's what the app is trying to do, right? So again, totally unwarranted, right? And it's totally understandable with regards to what's going on. So that's just some of the quote unquote downsides. But the reason why I say quote unquote is because of the fact that number one, I haven't been on the app, so my opinion might be compromised, but also the fact that, compared to what it has done so far, that's what I wanted to mention right away. I wanted to mention the good sides towards TikTok, right? And again, first off, I want to jump back to, forgive me if I'm going down memory lane, but I want to go back to when this all started, right? When the pandemic started. And again, it's up to you whether you believe it or not. It's up to you whether you think as though it happened or not. It's your own opinion, but I'm just saying that something happened in 2019 and that something was this thing, right? And so, with everything that's been happening, right? We went into lockdown, we had to follow measures, we had to make sure everyone is safe. Literally, there wasn't any place where we could socialize, and we had this stigma towards certain things, and we went crazy. We went crazy just doing what it is that we wanted to keep us safe, right? And the thing is that when it came down to, you know, what we needed to do to just ensure our safety or to just have a sane set of mind, right? You know, what is it that showed up, right? Well, a lot of things showed up at that time, but literally the first thing that showed up I thought of was TikTok, right? And this is where um it changed things in that, you know, even if we were compromised, even if we could not see each other face to face, if we could not see each other, if we could not look at each other and touch skin or whatever, right? Then what's another way, right? So again, what was special about TikTok and something that other platforms had realized is that you can still interact with people regardless of where they are in the world, right? So again, wherever you are in the world, TikTok was the one to remind people the fact that, you know, you're not alone in all this, right? You're not alone in your suffering, you're not alone in your pain, you're not alone in what it is that you're going through, and you're not alone with anything about life. because there's always going to be someone. There's literally 8 billion freaking people out there who's got your back, right? There's literally all those people, and you guys have no clue how many people have access to phones, how many people have access to the tech that we got today, right? So again, it was TikTok that reminded us about what it is that really mattered at that moment, right? It's just that we were all in this together, right? And with regards to the pandemic, again, it may have affected us, but it ain't gonna put us down, right? We're people, we're human beings, we're more resilient than that. What up, man? I see you over there, Clarence. So again, shout out to you. Hope you're doing fine over there, man. But again, back to what I was saying. Again, I'm always gonna greet whoever's in the chat, whoever's in the room at the moment. Just because, right? But anyway, back to what I was saying. TikTok revolutionized what it is that tech is capable of, right? And it went from this app where you're just dancing to songs and whatnot to actually something where people can look at and say, hey, this person's got a passion. Hey, this is something that I enjoy. This is something that's making me happy. And this is something that, you can get behind, and literally you can either enjoy the fun or you can literally just create and hope for the best, right? And again, I've seen people where they literally got their startup from the app. So again, to say really that it's a downside to things and whatever, right? And you've heard those stories where like, hey, I heard these really good songs, but now they're being overused because of TikTok. Or hey, I found this really awesome movie or whatever, right? But it looks as though the app is corrupting it and whatnot, right? Well, first off, how the heck can an app literally go on quote unquote corrupt when it's been brought back, right? I've seen cases where I know that people are going retro now. They're really going back to the 90s and 80s because of TikTok, because of apps like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, because of those follow ups to that, that literally built on that premise, right? And so trends are reemerging, and the what we thought was the old gen, what we thought was the past, is now coming back, right? I've seen bell bottoms are now in style. I've seen something called the Brooklyn look or something like that at downtown Brooklyn, and that was something that was, that interested me because of the fact that that style is literally reminiscent of the past. And me over here in NYC, again, that's cool because again, over here in NYC, literally everyone's accepted. Again, you have your own opinion, but who the hell cares, right? Because literally the world is just for you, right? You're part of this world, right? And so TikTok really emerged as something that helps us to remind us of the trends of the past, right? But also, it gave people and other companies insight into what else can this platform do, like literally what I'm doing right now with regards to doing live streams, but also, going into, for example, YouTube Shorts, right? That's technically TikTok in a way, right? But, the fact is that, it's on YouTube and people have different perceptions, right? People can go hating on TikTok or whatnot, and people can go loving on YouTube. But the problem is that they're pretty much similar platforms, right? It's just a matter of what features other apps and other companies have implemented, right? And so, not to be hypocritical, but that's literally what's been I've been seeing in terms of that, right? But literally, back to the pandemic, right? How we survived is the fact that we're all in this together, right? And apps as such as TikTok and its follow-ups have literally inspired people to, keep going, right? How else did we survive? As how else did we stay informed? How else did we keep in touch with ourselves? How else did we understand more about ourselves and eventually find ourselves, right? It's because other people are jumping on that, right? It's part of the reasons why generations start to work together, right? I've literally seen people who are like what? People who are 17 and literally people who are like 99. And I remember there was this in the Philippines, I remember that there was this manang, this elderly woman. I don't know how old she is, but I think she's going into her hundreds. And so what happened was is that she's based in the Philippines, I think in Luzon, and then from there she does tattoos, right? And eventually I saw that over on TikTok and I saw that over on YouTube, and promoting her and her craft, and even then, many people still go to her because she's a traditionalist. She is one of the only people to actually be able to do the craft, and to see that come to life in the most one of the most remote places over there, because these are literally tribal grounds, and so access to these areas is restricted, sorry, because of the terrain. So the fact is that people still find their way to those remote places and be able to live stream, do a TikTok, do a short and whatnot. And the fact to be able to see that and see her craft again, it's unbelievable. It's amazing. So again, to say that you're alone in this world, again, I feel for those who say that because it may feel like that at some point, but the thing is that the world is more intertwined than ever, and I feel as though now, with us being more informed, right, it's up we saw everything. We saw everything that there is to see in the world, and we saw everything that there is to see about you know what the world has come to and where we can go from there. And yes, we've seen the good things and the bad things, and again, that's your own opinion there, whatever it is that you feel. But you can't deny how powerful social media has become, not in terms of the company, but in terms of what the people have done to make it powerful. Is that we just go on. We just go on. We literally go on YouTube, check out the next video. I'm gonna watch Jacksepticeye or this other YouTuber and whatnot, right? And again, it's a very powerful platform because it's a platform where other people can listen in and hone in and say, hey, you're not alone in all that, right? So I know that was a lot to digest, but overall, literally, TikTok, um, I don't want to say it's the first, but it wasn't the last. What I can say though, it reminded people and it reminded companies about we have to keep going, right? We have to keep going. We have to emerge strong, because if we think that we're gonna let a virus stop the whole of humanity, right? I mean, we've had pandemics every century, and we haven't lost yet to that, right? So again, we always have to keep that in mind. Knock on wood that it doesn't happen for the next thousands or years. I don't know, right? But again, you know, with TikTok and every app that caters to social media, right? So again, people are always gonna have that hate, right? People are always gonna have that opinion about it and what they feel, right? And again, understandable, because people are people, right? We can't just go on hating people. It's not gonna help, right? It's not gonna help us achieve anything. We ain't gonna move forward. We ain't gonna have the things that we have if we start delving into that, right? If we want to progress, we gotta move forward, right? We gotta move forward, and at least try and keep in touch with what's going on in the world, right? Because the world is only going to expand. It's only gonna get bigger. People are only gonna get more talented, and more talent is gonna be popping up and coming up with every generation that follows, right? And so, again, another thing as well about TikTok is the fact that generations are starting to intertwine. I've literally seen the youngies and the oldies. I don't want to say it like that, but I've seen it where I've seen them dancing, I've seen them singing karaoke, I've seen them gaming, and it's unbelievable. I know my tone doesn't always convey it here on the phone as I'm doing the live stream, but it's true. It's true. Come on. You have to admit that you see other generations come together, and it's amazing. Seriously. I gotta grab that cup over here. Hold on, guys. Thing about doing these podcasts is that we always have to have this. I don't know why I put it over there. um, but also, whoever's watching at the moment, again, welcome as always. It's true that it is, Clarence, it's good for information. And not gonna lie, it has a lot of information. You find a lot of information on TikTok and also on other apps. You can stay informed. And it's true as well, we always have to watch out for whatever's there. But that's my final advice that I got for you guys. I'll leave that toward the end. But I want to get down to the second thing before, time runs out or whatever, or before, I get too wrapped up in things, is Tears of the Kingdom. Now, first off, Zelda, with regards to me, is something that I still treasure. And even though I know that there have been multiple games, with regards to, for example, sorry, I gotta fix this. You know, with regards to, for example, Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword. Um, I forgot what's that called. Something to do with the little hat. But anyway, so literally when I saw Tears of the Kingdom come out, I had initially thought it was gonna be released on May 5th. I didn't know May 12th. I don't know if there was a delay or anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if that was an issue there. But literally when I watched the footage and the intro, I was impressed from the get go because of the fact that with regards to what I saw with Zelda, and the reason why it's nostalgic for me is because when I first played it on the DS, and I know what you're thinking, it was on the Game Boy, it was on those other consoles, and it's true, right? But when I first encountered it, it was on the Nintendo DS, and I think the game was called The Legend of Zelda, like the 100th anniversary or something. And it featured, I know that it cloned like four Zeldas. I just remember that, and then from there, what I do recall is that it can be multiplayer. So you can interact with other people, you get to enjoy them, learn from them, and then it was amazing. And that was what really got me into the Zelda franchise. The only limitation was that, I haven't been on top of it because there were other things in my life that I had to deal with: high school, college, mentorships, and whatnot. But, you know, what am I gonna do, right? So from there, I've been keeping myself up to date with regards to the series. I haven't gotten to play Breath of the Wild in terms of the console, but the reason why is because, like I said, I've been so easily distracted with other things, including this, right? So, but I have been keeping up to date because of what my friends have been discussing and what we've been seeing so far. So, my thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom is, first off, this: do I think it is a worthy successor to Breath of the Wild? I believe wholeheartedly that it is. And the reason why I'm saying that is because not only from the first footage that I saw, minor spoiler is when, I saw, I forgot, was it called Zenoi? I always mispronounce it. But, just seeing first off with the Ultra Hand, amazing. Like, literally, no offense to Link, of course, for losing your hand, but literally the fact that he has this hand, and just to really change it up a notch, and the fact that they expanded the map, and of course it's still Hyrule. It's literally still the region, right? In which we saw from Breath of the Wild, right? But expanded so that we got to see more about it, and we got to see the open world take to the skies, and the fact that Link had that device in which that hand in which he can be able to manipulate, cast spells, and the fact that he can also craft. He can also be able to make those vehicles take to the skies, enjoy the land, make traveling fun, and really give you an insight and a point of view about just how big that world was, right? So literally the kingdom is absolutely unbelievable in terms of size, right? And of course voice acting was amazing, sometimes cheesy at times, but you can't deny that any game with voice acting, especially for franchises The Legend of Zelda, is it's amazing. And I cannot express my unadulterated love for it because not only have I seen it in the past, but it's just been fun to see how far it's come, and the fact that you get to see the characters progress. You get to see Link, Zelda, and the reemergence of Ganondorf, and so I wanted to get into that because of the fact that I kind of expected it. I kind of saw it progress toward that kind of scenario because everyone knows Ganon. I mean, come on. Ganon is literally one of the most iconic villains in the franchise. And the fact that I know that I saw a YouTuber mention it was tied into Skyward Sword, and I think I agree as well because of the fact that we take to the skies. But the fact of the matter is that with regards to the villain, with regards to Ganon, it was unbelievable how his reemergence, even though it's been many years since then. But the fact of the matter is that he emerged as one of the top villains once again, and it gave you. I think many people on like Super Smash are gonna like play him again because of the fact that he reemerged in this series. So, again, he was absolutely unbelievable. In fact, there was a lot of things I get to point out. Is the fact that the soundtrack was awestruck and left me awestruck. Visuals were stunning. The characters were developed wonderfully. the plot is understandable, and for anyone who only played that game, again, check out Breath of the Wild, because this game is a worthy successor to that, and the storyline of it, again, it's up to you, whether it be financial means or whatever, whatnot. Again, whatever limitations there are. Again, but Tears of the Kingdom is literally one of those games that I know will define this year, but also it will define the next generation of games on the Switch and the future console, because of the fact that it's a game that's large in size and large in graphics, and what with the high definition rendering and whatnot, and with all the visuals that were in place. If I'm thinking about like the CPU and the GPU of the device itself, you'd think that it wouldn't be able to cope with all of that, right? But I have to remind myself that this is Breath of the Wild. This is literally Breath of the Wild 2, and the fact of the matter is that the people who developed this game actually figured out how to cater to the Switch itself. Because the Switch, we've seen that, for example, in Pokemon Scarlet. And again, I'm going to go a little bit gaming into this. I know this is a podcast, but the fact of the matter is that gaming is also part of mental health, right? So, again, back to what I was saying about the Switch, with that console, again, it's a matter of how to really cater to its limitations. So first off, the console, you can't just replace the RAM or the GPU. You can't replace all those parts, right? So again, it's a matter of seeing how those semiconductors, how those chips really react to all the data that's there, right? And so, part of the reasons, like for example, why Pokemon Scarlet and Violet bombed in terms of what was I gonna say? In terms of how it's rendered, is because of the fact that maybe it came out in chunks, because of the fact that, you know, the region. I don't know if Paldea is bigger than Hyrule, but all I just know for the fact of the matter is that, you know, because the company was still experimenting in terms of how to render all that data with the limited semiconductor chips that are in the Switch. So again, because of that rendering and the fact that they didn't know how to experiment with it, and on top of the fact is that it's also multiplayer, so people can compete online. So they're juggling all that all on the same server, so it was bound to crash. It was bound to have some bugs, right? So that's literally what bombed with regards to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But the fact of the matter is, with Tears of the Kingdom, is that this company has a well-fleshed server, literally a server dedicated to being able to, you know, render in all that data and allow for smooth transitions and better loading times, better loading in terms of the area, better loading in terms of animation. And so, with their server up and running and already just building off of what happened with Breath of the Wild, so it would make sense that it would render properly, because much of the load is also on the developer's end, but also the fact of the matter is that it's shared equally. Back in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it's literally dependent on the Switch to render everything, right? And then the server over on Game Freak's end, right, is just filling in the gaps. But fact of the matter is that over here with Tears of the Kingdom, it's divided. You got the company rendering everything, and then rendering half of it, and then you got the console rendering the other half, right? So just making sure that the servers are up and running, right? So again, the reason why I'm saying that is because if games have updates, that means there's servers. Where there's servers, there are developers, and where there are developers, that means there are people managing the game, right? So again, they're all there is to it. But enough of the technicalities. Above all, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is an absolutely stunning game. I know it will define not only May, it will define 2023. And the fact of the matter is that it evokes so much nostalgia in me. I want to get into the series once more in depth. Again, forgive me, it's just my general knowledge and understanding. And again, it's totally up to you guys. If you want to call me out on anything, let me know if I said anything that might be misconstrued or something that's wrong. Because again, with regards to the series, it's just been a long time coming where I get to come back to it. But the fact of the matter is that I still love it, because it's literally one of the most stunning and awe-inspiring video games I've ever seen. And the fact of the matter is that you guys get to enjoy it, and that's the whole point of gaming. You're having fun, you're living life, enjoying things, and you're having a blast. And again, that ties into mental health. That ties into what we do over here at Convos is to focus on your health, right? For me, I like gaming. Gaming is life for me, and it's fun, and I will carry it to the end of my days. And so, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but whoever's on the chat right now and whoever's here watching, again, thank you so much for literally staying put. I'm just gonna give my final advice for what it is that I just talked about, right? So first off, back over to TikTok again. It's an app that has come to define not only a generation but many generations, and it even defined a whole era during the pandemic. Literally, this app had inspired other companies to do the same and put their own little twist on it, right? So again, it doesn't matter with regards to whatever app you use, whether you be a creator or whether you be a viewer. Again, that's your own opinion, and I'm not gonna diss you on that. And I'm not gonna hit you on that because literally it's up to you guys where you want to find what you love and what you enjoy. But the only thing that I can suggest with regards to apps like TikTok and whatnot is to again be very careful. Social media is an environment in which it can be hostile, right? And it can be hostile and it can be scary, terrifying, and it can even give you trauma. Right, so literally, when you navigate social media, again, do what it is that you love, right? As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not hurting yourself, then go for it. I don't see a problem with it with regards to that. And anyone who's hating on other, please stop, because it ain't gonna help you, and your life has gotta move on, right? Only hating, it's not even acceptable in terms of that because you're just doing it emotionally, right? And again, emotions are understandable. We are always entitled to feeling them, we're always entitled to saying them, and we're always entitled to our own opinions. But the fact of the matter is, if it ain't helping you, if it ain't helping that person, then who the hell cares, right? Hating is not gonna help. Hating is not gonna do you justice. It's not gonna do anyone any good. So all the fact of the matter is you gotta keep moving forward with anything, right? And just have fun because literally this is the generation, this is the era now where people young and old can just live life. Because literally, the pandemic has shown us life is short, and what are we gonna do? Hate to the end of our days, or get on and do something that we love, right? And again, what we love doesn't even have to be expensive. You don't even have to have means, right? Literally just jump on the phone that you got and literally dance your heart out and just enjoy because people made their livings and people made their passion and love just doing this, whatever app they went on, right? Like literally, I do my live streams here on YouTube. Sometimes I go on Facebook. Sometimes I go on Instagram to post my memes, and I have no problem with that because of the fact of the matter is that life is like our life. We're not immortal. We're gonna pass on, and are we gonna live live to the end of our lives? Whatever. Are we gonna live there hating? Are we gonna live with that? Are we gonna feel good that that's how our final thought, or are we gonna remember all the good times that we had, right? So there's that. So again, with TikTok, please be careful on social media. Please be wary, and please stop hating because it ain't gonna help anyone. Less, of course, you want to inspire change, something that you know in your heart that it is radically wrong. It is something that any person can say this is wrong, right? So for example, murder, no one condones murder, right? Seriously, no one condones that at all. So that's one of the things. But again, be careful. Always be careful, always be aware, always be ready to see both sides of the spectrum, right? But just know that people are entitled to their own opinion and eventually people will learn. Again, people aren't dumb, just misunderstood, right? So again, there's just that. And over to Tears of the Kingdom with gaming. Gaming is another good stress reliever. And again, you do what you do, and you do what makes you happy, right? And for me, seeing what this game has in store and seeing what it will become something a pastime, and it will be one of the I feel like one of the final highlights of the Switch. I don't know if they're gonna make a new console, but I just know that they ended it off with a bang, right? And the Kingdom had brought many people to tears just because of the fact that it's a wonderful game and it's a wonderful story, and it had such wonderful creators to make it, right? So I think that's all I got for tonight, and that's gonna be it for this live stream, and that's gonna be it for today here at Convos. Again, whoever's been staying on, you have been awesome. I know that many people are seeing other things, and that's completely fine because you guys are awesome. You guys are enjoy what it is that you love, and enjoy what it is that you see over there on YouTube and whatnot, right? Again, we're starting small. We started out small, but we're coming out strong. And the fact of the matter is, the podcast, the channel, and everything keeps growing. And I'm not ending this off. I'm not ending it off anytime soon. Even when I work, I'm not ending it. Like, I'm not ending any of this because you know I do my job, but also I want to enjoy my life. Life has a lot in store for me. It has a lot in store for all of us. And so, that is what it is, and that's what I'm going to enjoy. All right. So, above all, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have been an awesome audience. And I hope the audio was okay on your end. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know of your own opinions. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to discuss for the next live stream. I'll slot you in. Thank you to whoever's been on. You have been amazing. All right. And so I'm gonna let you guys go. Not like you guys were trapped anyway, but you guys have been amazing. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, share, sub, and much love. You guys have been amazing. I'll keep repeating that once again. And so this is Mr. T, and I'm signing off. Again, I'll see you at the next episode. See you at the next short. See you at the next live stream. Let me know of anything. Have an awesome morning wherever you are, or afternoon, or evening. I don't know at this point, right? But over here in NYC, it's actually night. So good night, everyone. And I'll see you at the next episode, all right? Peace out. Have an awesome day.